On December 15, 1997, Sarah Bell vanished without a trace. One minute she was walking home from work, and the next she was gone. No clues, no signs of struggle, just an empty street and a shattered life. But what no one knew, Sarah was onto something that would cost her everything. In the final days before her disappearance, she uncovered a secret so dangerous, someone would stop at nothing to keep it hidden. And in the pages of her diary, Sarah left behind a clue, a warning that no one could ignore. But by then, it was too late to save her. The truth she uncovered was buried, but it was never forgotten. Sarah Bell lived a simple yet vibrant life in Ashford, a close-knit town where everyone knew each other. By day, she worked at the local cafe. By night, she poured her heart into her sketchbook, capturing the beauty of the world around her. Sarah dreamed of becoming a renowned artist, but on December 15, 1997, those dreams were silenced. As she walked home under a light snowfall, something, or someone, interrupted her path, and Sarah disappeared. The next morning, panic swept through the town. Only her purse was found abandoned by the side of the road. There were no signs of a struggle, no footprints in the snow, just an eerie silence. It felt as if Sarah had vanished without a trace, leaving behind no evidence except the purse. They searched everywhere, but the case quickly went cold. No witnesses or clues. But the rumors began to circulate. People said they had seen Sarah talking to a man just before she vanished. Her friends recalled that the night before, Sarah seemed off, distant, almost as though she was hiding something. Days turned into weeks, and the investigation stalled. The town moved on, but Sarah's family couldn't let go. They refused to believe that their daughter had simply disappeared. Something didn't add up. They felt there was more to the story, something darker, waiting to be uncovered. In 2005, nearly 8 years after Sarah's disappearance, the case was reopened. During a renovation of her childhood bedroom, Sarah's sister found a dust-covered box hidden deep in the closet. Inside was Sarah's diary, its early pages filled with musings on art, friendship, and small-town life. But as the entries went on, the tone darkened. Unease crept in, and at the center of it all was someone she once trusted more than anyone. David, the man Sarah spoke of often. David was someone she had known and trusted for years. He was her childhood friend, a constant in her life since they were kids in Ashford. They had grown up together, shared many of the same interests, and had often relied on each other for support. As the years passed, their friendship deepened, and David became her closest confidant. But as Sarah wrote more, the tone started to change. The trust she once placed in David began to fall apart. She wrote about his strange behavior, his growing distance, and the unease she felt whenever they were together. "Something's off," Sarah noted. "He's been avoiding my questions, brushing off the strange things that have been happening. I feel like he's hiding something from me." The more Sarah wrote, the clearer it became that David wasn't just a friend anymore. It was as if he became someone else, someone Sarah never knew. And she, driven by her growing suspicions, was slowly uncovering a secret she wasn't prepared for. "I think I'm getting too close," she wrote in her final notes. "He knows I'm asking the right questions. I'm afraid he's hiding something that could ruin everything." Sarah's growing unease began to surface in her writing. With every strange detail Sarah uncovered, the truth became undeniable. David was not the man she had known, but it wasn't just the emotional distance that unsettled her. Sarah started noticing patterns. People from nearby towns had vanished, and somehow David always seemed to meet them shortly before they disappeared. "It's always the same," she wrote. "He visits them, chats like it's nothing, and then they're gone, like they were never there." She began quietly keeping track: names, locations, dates, phone calls taken in whispers, late-night trips with vague excuses, unfamiliar deliveries. Her journal had shifted from reflection to investigation. With each new entry, her unease deepened. She wasn't just suspicious anymore. She was convinced. Sarah began connecting the dots between David and the unspoken disappearances in Ashford. The more she thought about it, the more it became clear. David was part of something darker than she could have imagined. His involvement was no longer a question of suspicion. It was a cold, hard truth. As Sarah's anxiety grew, her writing became desperate, reflecting the increasing danger. "I saw something tonight. I shouldn't have. He knows I'm getting too close. I think he's already planning to stop me." It was no longer just a sense of fear. Sarah had uncovered something that tied David to the disappearances, something that threatened to expose everything. And the closer she got to the truth, the more dangerous it became. As Sarah's investigation deepened, the truth began to take a darker turn. She uncovered something far more sinister. David wasn't acting alone. What had started as a personal search for answers was now revealing a dangerous conspiracy that stretched far beyond Ashford. David wasn't just hiding a secret. He was a key player in a powerful underground operation, involved in high-risk criminal activities, including human trafficking. Sarah had unknowingly stumbled into a world of corruption and exploitation, one that had been operating in the shadows for years. What she initially thought were random events began to fit together, revealing the chilling truth of a larger, global conspiracy. With every step, the danger grew. Despite the increasing risks, Sarah pushed forward, determined to expose the truth. She had gathered enough evidence to bring down the entire network, but David was beginning to realize how close she was to discovering everything. His behavior grew erratic, and the desperation in his actions became more apparent. He knew that if Sarah revealed what she had uncovered, everything he had worked to protect would come crashing down. On the night of December 15th, Sarah wrote in her diary, "He knows I've proof. I'm not safe anymore. He's planning something. I can feel it." Sarah's determination to uncover the truth had brought her closer than ever to exposing the criminal syndicate. But in doing so, she had sealed her fate. Her investigation was about to cost her everything. On December 15th, 1997, in her final moments, Sarah's courage remained unwavering. Knowing the danger closing in, she left behind one last crucial clue. Hidden deep in her diary, a desperate warning. "If anything happens to me, look in the old warehouse at the end of Ashford Road. The truth is there." The investigators rushed to the forgotten warehouse, its deteriorating walls holding the weight of countless untold secrets. Inside, they found Sarah's body, hidden away in the very place she feared the most. But the true shock came when they dug deeper into the warehouse, uncovering a series of documents, photographs, and evidence that tied David to an extensive criminal syndicate. This wasn't a mere story of one woman's disappearance. It was about a vast network of human trafficking, exploitation, and corruption that spanned years. Sarah had unknowingly uncovered this terrifying reality, and her relentless search had threatened to expose it all. As the case progressed, witnesses started to recall seeing David near the area that night, and his car was traced to the scene. Her bag, untouched, was found by the roadside. It became clear David had lured her into his car and silenced her when she uncovered too much. David Harris was arrested, but the scale of the operation extended far beyond what anyone had imagined. As the investigation unfolded, it became clear Sarah's discovery only revealed a fraction of the truth. While David's capture offered some answers, it left behind even more questions. Who else was involved? How deep did the syndicate run? Though Sarah's life was tragically taken, her final act of bravery sparked a ripple effect that would forever change the course of the investigation. The conspiracy she uncovered couldn't be erased, and her courage ensured that the truth would eventually come to light. The case of Sarah Bell, once buried and forgotten, now serves as a chilling reminder of the darkness that hides beneath the surface of our everyday lives. A young woman's curiosity cost her everything, but her bravery led us to a truth we could no longer ignore. The diary Sarah left behind isn't only a testament to her courage, it's a warning. Some secrets were never meant to be uncovered. The truth was buried, but Sarah's discovery will never be forgotten. If Sarah's story left you shaken, make sure to hit like, share this with those who need to hear it, and subscribe to our channel for more chilling investigations into the stories that go unnoticed, until it's too late. What do you think Sarah was about to uncover? Could there be more we don't know yet? Tell us what you think, and we might just dive even deeper into this mystery. Thank you for watching, and until next time, this is Mind Unfolded.